do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it.
This partnership's been going very well.
Beacon works very hard to provide an end-to-end solution. So we have the engineering resources in-house that can design, that can project manage and install, and then be there for the aftercare as well. Even after the install, we can provide the service and the maintenance for our systems that we install for the life of those products.
Nurse call expertise, security expertise, code blue, wireless access points.
You have phones and AV, you have bells and all of the security cameras.
Security services, audiovisual, occasionally with low voltage cabling and telecommunications.
Fire alarm systems, surveillance.
We've used them for telephony services, both from an old analog styles of systems to the latest voice over IP systems.
Closed circuit television, access control.
We use them for most of our AV solutions, whether it's video projectors, whether it's interactive boards.
Structured cabling, rack design.
Security, audiovisual, telecommunications.
Physical networking, so cabling infrastructures, the purchasing of switch hardware, so that network switching gear, some wireless platforms.
They took care of our cabling, they took care of our security monitoring and installed our security systems.
There is no project that's too small or too large for us. Everything from one jack in the wall to building out a full campus.
One place to go.
One centralized vendor.
A single provider.
One contact.
One call.
One-stop shop.
One hand to shake.
I don't want to have to call 6 people to hear about 6 different types of services. I want to make one call, and Beacon allows us to do that.
So as opposed to having to work with 3 or 4 or 5 different providers, we're able to work with one that we trust and have been able to develop a great relationship with.
As many people as we had running around, it was good to have at least one centralized vendor for the things, at least from a technology perspective, we were dealing with.
Because it really is a one-stop shop for everybody, and so if it's packaged under one contract, we're not having to deal with multiple low-voltage vendors, which really can slow the project down.
A true integrated piece, even though this piece may be by vendor X and this vendor might be by vendor Y, those pieces talk. And from an owner's perspective, when they walk in, everything works.
We have everything under one roof, and again, it's that one hand to shake. So it's one phone call to make instead of having to call several different vendors to provide one solution.
Planning with the clients is one of the most important jobs we have. The installation is great, but if you don't do the front-end needs analysis to understand exactly what it is your clients hope to end up with, then you've missed the mark from the beginning.
They interviewed us. They didn't just do what we asked. They actually asked why we were doing it, which made sure we got the right solution. You know, where sometimes it seems like some contractors will do exactly what you told them, and it ends up not being the right solution in the end. It's what you thought you wanted, but you really didn't want that. And it seems like they had a little more experience in figuring that out ahead of time.
In sitting in meetings with them, they do provide good counsel to their clients, really advising them on best means and methods to get where they need to be.
So since 2008 when we opened, we've grown from 12 people to over 600 now in this office. I think Beacon's been good at helping us plan for our growth.
Cost savings.
Very cost effective.
On a budget that I could afford.
Low cost provider.
On our project, they actually really helped us from making what I feel would have been a costly mistake. At one point, we were looking at putting LCD TVs in every classroom as the central piece of the classroom with whiteboards around them that you would remote to the desktop. And in talking to Beacon, we realized from a cost perspective that was a bit much, and it wasn't nimble.
One of the things we really like about the Beacon team is this ability to understand the budget and the desires of the client and meld those.
They're obviously cognizant to a limited budget for the school system. Everybody knows the money is always never there for the schools. So they're always looking for ways that will help us, that will benefit us, to let that dollar go further.
With some of the other vendors that I've used, I was continually having to manage the project and do all of the coordination between the general contractor and then the low voltage subs. With Beacon, they take care of everything.
We had purchased an old building and we wanted to rehab it and give it kind of that warehouse modern look. So we're gonna have exposed cabling, but we still needed all the cabling run to all the cubicles and all the desks, and to look neat and clean and still have that high-tech look and feel. And they were able to do that.
Beacon will create a schedule, they'll show up, they'll complete everything. That's probably what I like the most about them, is that what they say they're going to deliver, they deliver when they say they're going to deliver it.
We've had issues that quickly got addressed, quickly got resolved, and the end product is exactly what we were looking for.
We need to make sure that if a node goes out, that there's adequate coverage from other nodes. Beacon's got certified, RCDDs, which is the equivalent of a low voltage design engineer. They've got those kind of people on staff. On the fire alarm system, they've got NICET level 4 programmers and installers, the highest programming standards you can get in this country. They have that level of technology and technician on staff.
They complete on time, they respect everybody else's work, and they really are pretty good team players.
We provide 24/7 support to our clients, so if they have a system that goes down at night, they know they can reach a Beacon employee 24/7 and get immediate response to the problem that is critically important to their business at that time.
If I call them in the middle of the night, they can be there the next day to fix the issue, and I know that if there are any changes that we need to have done that we don't have the expertise in-house to do, that they can be very responsive and be sometimes even there the same day to get these issues resolved.
We had to call them during the early hours of the morning, plus after hours after we closed, to get them out there, and they were very responsive in getting hold of the monitoring company and getting it fixed, and working with the alarm vendor to fix the solution, although it wasn't their alarm system.
Confidence and that trust is why we use them.
People that you trust.
Integrity.
I've got complete trust in them.
I think it's surprising to me how underestimated it is, the significance of the relationship as you work with a company that's going to do major work for you on a long-term basis. Particularly in a high-growth environment, we do lots of additional work, and so it's important that we're able to have a long-term relationship with one provider who provides consistent service at a high service level.
And from our perspective, we want people that do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it for the price they agreed to do it for. And Beacon is one of those companies.
They know our business so well, that partnership's grown so good that over time, they may go, I think the school system may be able to use that, and they'll actually proactively contact us and say, hey, there's this new product out there we think you'd be interested in.
Two of our core values at CG Advertising are integrity and creative enthusiasm. And Beacon displayed both of these when we were interviewing them for the opportunity and throughout the process.
And I had a relationship with Terry and Brian, and it made me feel good to know that they were, involved in the project, and I knew their eyes were on it. It just gives you that feeling that you can sleep at night, you don't have to worry about it. It's just being done right.
We want to make sure that we did such a great job the first time that you can't imagine ever leading a project without having Beacon design it, consult with you about it, install it, and then be there to service as you grow and your needs change. The technology you install is only as good as the person you had installing it.
Relationships are extremely important for Beacon. We want to be there to solve problems for our clients, and we want to be there through the whole process. We don't want to leave our clients in the foxhole taking grenades. We're in the fight with them to the end.
What they say they're going to deliver, they deliver when they say they're going to deliver it.
They do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it.